Hi everyone, welcome back to my crafting corner of the internet. I am Annie and I just came back from my first convention of 2026 and I thought it would be fun to share how I prepare for the convention, and since I decided to wear my Edward Scissorhands cosplay, which has a lot of small things that can break, I thought I would also share with you how I prepare my cosplay to not break while I'm on the train, and how to protect my wig, which is a styled wig, how I protect that one as well on the train. So this video is less about the convention itself, which was a really great convention. It was the Annie MC in Chemnitz, and if you're ever in the area and you want to see, it's in Germany, but if you're ever in the area in Chemnitz in Germany in January and you want to go to a really small, adorable convention, I highly recommend going there. But this is not what this video is about. It's not about sharing my experience at the convention, but it's more about sharing how I prepare to go to the convention. So how I make sure that my fragile cosplay will survive being on public transportation. This is the wig that I want to transport without it like smooshing all together on the train. It might look a bit unintentional how it's shaped, but actually it's very intentional. And so I want to see if I can make something that will protect this wig on the train. I bought this kind of a box that is folded up, and if I could use this to protect the wig on the train, that would be most amazing, because it's very sturdy and it can be folded together, very small as you can see, and that would be amazing just for storage. So as you can see, it fits nicely on the sides. However, if you look, there is a little dome. So either I am just not putting the lid on when I'm transporting it, which is definitely an option. I always can just put this on top and just be very mindful of how I carry everything. Yeah, I was really hoping this would fit better. Or I push it flat and then just use hairspray to make it, give it more volume again. However, that kind of defeats the purpose of this whole box. So yeah, we'll figure this out. So, idea. I found this thing. It is meant to put like socks or something organized. I don't know who organizes their socks. I don't. But if we put this, I cannot turn my camera around, so 1 second. If we put this wrong side, like if I cut these things out and put this on the box like this, that would give me the extra height I need, and I can attach some sort of like attachment, making sure that everything stays together. So let's see if that works. Well, it sure looks big enough or tall enough, so let's give this a try. The bottom of the grey organizing tray didn't have much structure, so I attached a piece of a sturdy cardboard using Velcro. I chose Velcro instead of glue so I can take everything apart and store it flat between conventions. Because the grey tray and the black box are almost the same size, I added webbing to all 4 corners of both boxes to stop the tray from sliding inside the box. Finally, I added more webbing and Velcro to the sides of both boxes, so I can secure them together. I guess I forgot to take a video of that, but I'm sure you can imagine how that looked like. To keep the wig head stable inside the box, I needed to secure it to the bottom. I started by cutting a piece of cardboard to fit the exact size of the base. I then attached a paper tube to the cardboard. I used the inside of a paper towel roll and shaped it with tape so it would fit inside the opening at the bottom of my wig head. To make everything sturdy enough, I reinforced the base with a few extra layers of cardboard. It's not the prettiest solution, but it works really well for now, and I can improve it later. So about 2 weeks before the convention, they posted on social media that they were still looking for people to participate in their Japanese style cosplay competition. In Germany, there's different types of cosplay competitions. You can have some that are purely performance-based, so it doesn't matter if you buy your cosplay or your costume, it really is only based on how well you impersonate the character on stage and how fun your stage performance is. Then there are also some competitions where you do a performance, but you're mostly judged on how well your craftsmanship is. And there's different percentages. Sometimes your performance is worth 30% and then your craftsmanship is worth the other 70%, but roughly like that. And then there is this, what we call Japanese style cosplay competition, where there is no performance at all, really. You are purely judged on how well your craftsmanship is. So how well is your sewing, how well is your EVA craft foam work, how well do you resemble the character, how well is your makeup and all these types of things. And there is not really a performance. So all you will do is, when it's time for the performance part, you go on stage, go on one side, do a pose, go to the other side, do a pose, go to the middle, do your final pose, and that's it. And you're not really judged on that. Typically, the jury already knows beforehand who will win or who will get what place in the competition. And because during pre-judging, that's something that happens during cosplay competitions. Typically, during pre-judging, the judges will really look at your cosplay. They will turn around like all your seams. They will see how neatly is everything done. But yeah, so I signed up with my Edward Scissorhands cosplay for this Japanese style cosplay competition. I wouldn't have signed up if it wasn't Japanese style, since only 2 weeks to prepare for a performance is not enough. But yeah, since it was Japanese, I was also getting ready for presenting my Edward Scissorhands in front of everyone. But that also meant even more that I was really worried about getting the cosplay to the convention in one piece. Now it's time to pack everything. First, laying everything out to make sure I don't forget anything. That would be the nightmare scenario for any cosplayer. To securely transport Edward's hands, I cut down the shipping box to the right length and padded it with my boot covers actually, and some extra padding I had lying around. Then I taped it shut and marked which side was up and down. So it was a great weekend. My cosplay survived traveling to Chemnitz and traveling back. I got to do one of my all-time dream photo shoots, which was Edward Scissorhands in the snow, because it was very snowy that weekend, also very cold. It was great. And I got to compete in a really fun cosplay competition, met so many amazing and talented other cosplayers. The whole convention was just adorable and very lovely, and a perfect start to a convention season of 2026. So no, it was just great. If you enjoy any of this, what I just told you, or find it helpful in any way to see how I prepare my cosplays for traveling, maybe you can leave a comment, even if you have maybe other ideas how you prepare your cosplays to survive traveling. It would be great if you could share that with me, since I might have to travel more in the future with my cosplays, and I'm also still trying to figure out the best ways. But yeah, if you have any comments, just let me know. Otherwise, I would appreciate it if you leave a follow or a thumbs up or anything. It would really help me and help the channel, and I would know if you like this content and I can keep making this content. But even if not, well, thank you for watching the video, and I see you next time.